Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link, it'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Somebody say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
What's good, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning, family. How's everybody doing this morning? That's good, chat. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Good morning, y'all. Oh. Y'all, we got so much to talk about this morning. Good to see everybody in the chat. I see y'all over there on TikTok tapping in. Listen, my voice is about out of here. Saturday was a great day. Then church yesterday was even better. Shout out to my boy Sully, man. We can't even get in the show. Can't even say what's up good before we start getting super chats and telemarketing calls on the phone. Appreciate the $4.99 super chat from my guy Sully, man. And as y'all can hear, man, in the new background, we got some new seafood beats, man. Seafood beats. That's my guy Lee Andre. Julie Martez and the boys show, man. Them boys, they be putting that heat on there, boy. They put that heat on there, boy. I'm telling y'all, man. Give it up for the whole thing, man. You the gang, the fam, man. We out here. Hey, check it out, though, man. Man, we got a lot to talk about. I got a whole debate going on. What's going on, Nate? I see you over there on TikTok. Antonio, I see y'all over there on TikTok. What my Twitch family? I've been seeing, we've been averaging like 65 viewers on Twitch. Y'all know I probably shouldn't say this, but YouTube knows my loyalty is with YouTube, right? Even TikTok know that, right? But I'm not a Twitch person. I've never liked the whole
style of what Twitch does. It gets kind of weird over on Twitch, man. I ain't even gonna lie. Shout out to Big Homie for the $4.99 super chat, man. Super chat. Is it my birthday? Time out. Let me check and see. When my birthday? When my birthday? Look, it's oh man, appreciate y'all for the $4.99 super chats, man. Big homie Sully, I appreciate y'all boys. And then Sully celebrating 10 months of being a member on this page, I believe. Dominique, what's good, man? Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody in the chat. Jordan, I'm mad, bro. Me and Zach was walking around looking for you. And walked up where the band was warming up and everything. We thinking we about to surprise him, chat. Nope. Jordan go, I see you live. I ain't over there. I'm packing this stuff up. You could have, I'm gonna get you next time, Jordan. That's the third time I done been on campus and ain't got to see my little brother because he want to hide. MJ Thompson, what's good, man? Roll Tide, my boy. There's, what's up, man? You feel good after that Kentucky game? There's feel real good after that Kentucky game, chat. There's feel real good after that Kentucky game, boy. And Bulldogs came back with vengeance. They said, we're back. Still ain't got no passing game. It's sad, man. What's good, Lady Tam in the building over there on TikTok? I mean, on Twitter. Twitter checking in. Appreciate you for checking in, Lady Tam. Much love, sis. That's my big sister, y'all. Y'all want to see a Sunday morning diva? Just ready to go and get a Lord some praise. Somebody say hallelujah. Somebody say hallelujah. Let me stop. Yeah, what's up, Urban Essence? Urban Essence in the building, and then she gonna drop a super chat as I click on her name. What's good, girl? Y'all give it up for my family today. Y'all popping in and dropping, man. What y'all did? Hold on, let me stop the music. I gotta ask a question. Yeah, y'all got some. Y'all got some. Did y'all get some raises? Why's my hold on, y'all. Something acting weird. Hold on. All right. I had to ask y'all, do y'all got raised? Did y'all get raises? Cause y'all dropping super chats like candy, bro. Like big money folks. I ain't mad. Y'all in my community. I ain't mad. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be grateful. But no, I truly do appreciate y'all, man. Give it up for everybody in the super chats, man. For real. Oh, and all the super chats becoming co-sponsors of the stream, helping us continue to grow this channel. And speaking of growing the channel, man, I am almost finished with the post. I had to go back and get all the pictures, y'all. I didn't realize how many pictures we took, but we took a lot of pictures this weekend. Shout out to Zach, man. I haven't seen a comment from Zach yet. But shout out to Zach for pulling up and joining the team again, helping things get done. And my brother Doug, man, Doug being so hospitable, right? Is that the word? I said the word right. She said, just because it's a great day to be a Tide fan. Appreciate you for the $10 super chat, sister. Once again, man. Urban Essence. Appreciate that. And what else? I believe Florida is going to get Georgia this year. You think so? You think so? It's a neutral field, man. See how good they looked against Texas, but I think Texas is overrated. We'll talk about that tonight on the call in. But today we're talking about Vandy and Alabama. We're gonna get into that conversation today. And when I say get into the conversation, I really got some things I want to talk about because I see some people on Twitter, you know, pulling Bama in true fair weather fan fashion, you know, and it's sad, man. It's okay. You know what? I think I keep telling y'all, and I've said this before. I don't know why people think I'm just like I'm not. See, I like animals, right? I like animals. Can I talk about this before we get into the show? I love animals, right? What's up, Big Frank? I love animals, right? But I don't think all animals are pets for me, right? Like I'm not a cat person. Now, what I will say is this. I do have one cat. Her name is Honey. She chose me, you know, like I would never go and buy a cat. Now, if a cat is in trouble or something, I'm gonna save it. Like I see a cat, I'm at somebody's house, they got cats. I'm cool. I'm not going to choose to willingly care for a cat, right? That's my choice. True or false? True? Okay. So when it comes down to it, man, it's okay to be a fair weather fan. Okay, it's okay. It's not like the thing that you hold in highest regard when it comes to fandom. But being a fair weather fan, it's okay, man. It is okay. I literally sat in the stands Saturday at the Vanderbilt game, and in the first quarter, there was a gentleman sitting up behind me, up behind me, and he made a few statements early in the game. Firing Kane Womack, and this defense sucks, and da-da-da-da-da-da. And in true fashion, Coach Smook turns around and Coach Smooks him like, just wait on it, stay patient, don't be no fair weather fan. And he proceeds to do the normal, older Caucasian gentleman, of course, he proceeds, I've been a fan longer than you been born, young feller. And by the way, I appreciate the Alabama event staff. Y'all make me feel so good. Asking me for my ID. You know what I'm saying? They asked me for my ID every time I went to the concession stands, y'all. I felt so happy. Now, listen. I know it's policy. But it just felt good to feel younger again, okay? So, thank God for that. Somebody said, thank you, Jesus. But I'm sorry, y'all. I'm feeling good this morning. I got the conversations lined up. I got stats out. I got everything ready this morning. That's why we're taking our time, our full 15 minutes to get the show started and let y'all get in and get settled in. And while you're coming in, don't forget to drop a like, drop the shares on the stream. We got 29 in the chat on YouTube. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. And then we got people tapping in on TikTok. Tap that screen. If it's happening on Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, or Kick, you can comment and your comments will come up on the screen. All right. Not as far as TikTok. We don't get your comments on the screen, but if you want to be part of the conversation, you want your conversation or your comments to be seen on the screen, definitely tap in on the YouTube side. It's way more fun over here anyways. I don't know. How do y'all watch the show? Mary J, I need 45 more seconds. How do y'all watch the show on TikTok? How do y'all watch this on TikTok? I can't get into it. I've tried to go back and watch it on TikTok, and I can't do it. T-Dog. Hey, T-Dog, what's good, man? T-Dog, what's up with them dogs, man? Y'all beat up on them cats this weekend. Y'all big bad now. Jaquan Jones said, Bama balling, defense getting better, held them boys to 14 points. Facts. We're going to talk about the defense today, Jaquan, and hopefully you stick around for the conversation because it's going to be a good one. I got a lot of points to make. We're going to talk about the offensive line. There's an outcry amongst a very small group of fans that just don't happen to be close to me. And we're going to try to get Auntie Rita in here soon this week to explain her thoughts and her reasoning for this argument about Jaden Roberts not playing last game. I just don't get it sometimes. So Bama fans being Bama fans, fair weather fans being fair weather fans, then their emotions get involved in their judgment. So we're going to try to get Auntie Rita and everybody that's supporting that thought. We're going to introduce it to y'all. We're going to talk about it, man. We're going to really break it down. We're going to talk about the numbers that support what is happening at Alabama in the offensive line rotation. We're going to talk about the growth in the defense, how around the same time last year, around the same time last year, 4 or 5 games in, the defense kind of turned over. They turned on the switch and they finished the season strong. We're going to talk about some of the tendencies and some of the similarities we're seeing. We'll talk about the stats from the Alabama Vanderbilt game, and then we'll also highlight something that's probably getting overshadowed about this year's offense that wasn't prevalent last year. And then we'll also talk about the return of Jam Miller, how, last week against Georgia, you saw how the impact was, how effective he was in that balanced play calling. Now you get in a game where you see a different type of front, a different type of style of defense, and you're able to capitalize because you have that experienced veteran back, and he didn't have to rush back. A lot of things that I said leading up to this stretch of gauntlet games, it has transpired since that FSU loss. So we'll get into that conversation. What's good, Square Business? He said, what defense formation was we in for the TD run? We were in a 3-man front, man. We were in a 4-2. You just saw the Wolf stand up, and he was shading the wrong gap. shutting the wrong gap. But then also, our safeties were in the misalignment. I'll talk about that. We'll break that play down too. But appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. Appreciate everybody for pulling up. What's good, Square Biz? What's good? Way he said, contain the run. We finally did, Smook. Laugh out loud. That's what I'm talking about. I told y'all, man. You just gotta take reps, man. And I talk about that. I talk about this philosophy. We talked about this last year about how when players start to pick it up, it's usually when they get to their 100th live rep, not 100th play of the season, but around that 100 live rep, that's when you're going to see players start to really turn the curve. So let's get into that conversation, man. I hope y'all ready to jump into it. I am. So let's do it, man. If you're ready to get into the conversation, somebody say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game. Let's go.
You're talking about Jalen Miro and the Pips, the perfect weak side linebacker, right? Put him next to the mic.
Not going to take us a lot of time, but I want to say that I'm excited about what.
Okay, forgive me, my brother. What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just still sorry for all the other content creators now that we have this mega star back in our presence.
All right, Bama Nation, let's get into it, man. I'm trying to have a little fun today, but I got some serious stuff to talk about. Let's break this game down. First of all, let's do a reaction. Let me get my stats out. It was a few key stats that I want to highlight. Once again, let's start with the offensive side because I had a lot of people saying that we couldn't run the ball. I just gotta remind y'all of something. I gotta get to it, chat. I got to. They said we couldn't run the ball. And I have reason to believe that even if we did not have Jam Miller this last game, I have reason to believe that the way that Kevin Riley has been running the ball, the way that Daniel Hill and Richard Young were kind of being those change of pace backs or those relief backs for that rotation, I have reason to believe that we would have got the same production because of the rotation we're seeing at the offensive line. The offensive line, let's talk about the offensive line first. Okay, let's talk about Alabama's offensive line. I truly believe that those preseason number one rankings, they're starting to show. Now, we have seen this team come into that was our fifth game of the season. Let's talk about it. It's the fifth game of the season. You've seen players with 30 reps the first game. Guys like Caden Proctor playing 55 reps. They've looked like they're in midseason form since probably Wisconsin game. Caden Proctor has looked great midseason form. Who else? Parker Brailsford, Gino Vandermark, guys that have played a lot of snaps, right? That are veteran guys and played a lot of snaps. They reached that 100 snap count probably like week 3 against ULM, right? Or week 2 against ULM, week 3 against Wisconsin. When you look at guys starting to get in mid-season form or start to pick up the game and start rolling over, let's look at some of these snap counts. And I can't put this information on screen, but this is something that was sent to me. You talk about guys that are reaching the 100 snap count, right? Let's look at names that are reaching the 100 snap count. Caleb Edwards, 100 snap count. Josh Cuevas, Caden Proctor, Parker Brailsford, Cam Dewberry, Gino Vandermark, Wilkin Formby, Will Sanders, offensive lineman Will Sanders has reached the 100 snap count. Quarterback Ty Simpson. No running backs. No running backs have reached 100 snaps. Wow, that's solid, because if you look at the rotation and you see it starting to pick up now, the closest one to 100 snaps is Kevin Riley, and he has 84 snaps. Then behind him is Richard Young. And I gotta check this information because I don't think this has the last game. I don't think this has the last game. But what I'm getting at is, as I continue to go through these names, the ones that you're seeing at 100 snaps, these guys are really performing at a clip. Josh Cuevas, Isaiah Horton, Jeremy Bernard, Brian Williams over 100 snaps now. Looking at the receivers now. Rico Scott, 96, right there at 100. These are people that you're seeing like really flow and have impact in the game. And then what's good on the offensive side of the ball is now guys like Michael Carroll, who's right there at 90 or should be at 100 now after this past game. Who else? Olis Alanin. We've seen Jackson Lloyd, right at 40 snaps. Guys are getting snaps and meaningful game time. So when you talking about depth and advantage in depth, this is getting guys ready so they're not feeling fresh or feeling like they're green if they get thrown into the fire. Jimmy said, are you opening the phone lines? Yes, I'm opening the phone lines here in about 20 minutes, Jimmy. 20 minutes, Jimmy. He said, let me see. Dang, I wish I could have seen the comment. He said, why aren't we seeing Cam Calhoun or Jaden Roberts? We're going to talk about that. I'm gonna address it because I think we're dealing with two different situations. They might, from a basic standpoint, like from the outside looking in, it might seem like the same situation, but I'm gonna explain something. I'm gonna break it down because I'm close to both situations. So when I speak on it, it's not any feelings in it, right? It's not any feelings in it. This is, at the end of the day, you're trying to do what's best for the team. So I'm gonna speak on that in a minute here. But I look at the offensive production right now, how the last two games you've seen of more efficient offense. We're less penalized. We're more effective on third downs. You're talking about a team that's went for 70% or better on third downs for 3 games straight, right? That's an efficient team. 100% on fourth downs. The last three attempts. This team is playing an efficient brand of ball. And then 1 turnover in 5 games, chat. That's because you got guys that have reps. Now, Ty Simpson, luckily, Ty got like 40-something reps last season in this offense. Throughout the whole season, he had like 40 total snaps, if I'm not mistaken, and meaningful game time. And I think most of those was like for special teams, so I got to go double check that, fact check that. I didn't even think that to even look at that until I just said it. But you look at Ty, how calm he is since probably the we gave it to him ULM game. We expected it, but Wisconsin game, he just looked like he was locked in, right? Since that game, that probably would have put him at 100 snaps. So I want y'all to think about this. The 100 snaps crew, look at how they're performing. Let's look at the defense side, 100 snap crew. Bray Hubbard, Deontay Lawson, Nakai Hill Green, Justin Jefferson, right? LT Overton, Edric Hill. These guys have played 100 snaps. Nobody in the secondary has played 100 snaps. Damani Jackson. Damani Jackson is the only defensive back that's played 100 snaps this season, right? Xavier Brown's right under. Keon Sabbs right there. Bray Hubbard. A lot of these guys right at 100, but you got guys like that that don't necessarily need. They were starters or played a lot. Guys that are young, just not playing this, playing impactful minutes, they're starting to turn a curve. That's why we saw the effectiveness and the ability to make adjustments in the second half against Vanderbilt. So for everybody that thought that we were kind of performing at a clip against Florida State, yes, we had a lot of veteran guys coming back, but not with a lot of live snaps. And I said this last year, and I had this theory that the more you play live reps, the more you learn, right? The more you learn, the game starts to slow down for you. Even Ryan Williams, the more he's being thrown into situations where he's got to read coverages or sit down in coverage, he's becoming a lot more calm. And there's a little bit more intent in his route running. I saw that this last game. Yes, he had a drop, but it is what it is. It's okay. I see some other things he's trying to improve on. Physicality. He's not necessarily the most physical specimen, but he's trying to improve on it. He's willing to do the work. And that's why I told y'all, we got to let him be that guy. It's good that he could be in the shadows. Imagine people thinking that you only brought your 9 to the gunfight and you really got the 40. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't even got to use the 40 till you feel like it. You ain't got to use the 40 till they feel like it. Come on, man. So that's just a kind of a topic I wanted to bring to your attention, that we're starting to see these guys, the game slow down for, and that's across college football. You're going to see more separation in games because teams aren't able to get those one-offs on guys who are new to the game. Guys are seeing things in front of them on both sides of the ball. They're gaining experience, whether it's through a negative play or a positive play, right? You're seeing teams get settled. And what week is this? We're going into week 6 of week 7, right? This is week 7. We're going into week 7. And I told y'all between weeks 5 and 8 is when teams usually are able to establish their identity. I think right now for the last 2 or 3 weeks, I'll say 3 weeks since Wisconsin game, Alabama has established their identity. We're a physical team in the trenches. Yes, we've been physical up front. If you think the offensive line has been weak, you're not watching the game. You could let those 4 sacks fool you from this last game if you want to. Do not believe the BS about that was Ty on the run for his life. No. We'll I got screenshots of the plays where he got sacked and the pockets he left or evaded trying to create a play. Okay? And that's accountability. Shout out Ty Simpson, the MVP, my MVP for this game. I think Ty Simpson definitely was the MVP. I think everything on the offensive production side ran through him. The decisions to hand it off, the decisions to keep it, the decision to take a chance and make a defense. Like, he had a good balance. Brian Groves' play calling and Ty Simpson's IQ, they're showing a good balance of situational awareness in game, right? In game. Not having to lose the drive, then talk about it, then apply it on the next drive. No, I see adjustments being made in real time with how they're play calling. So great to see that. Defensively, though, I know everybody was tripping about that first run. There's sometimes you just have to go with what you know, right? Sometimes you just go with what you know. And Kane Womack had success. And I wish I could show the clips without us getting copyrighted. But if you go back to the Georgia game, we had success with Quay Russaw standing up as the Wolf and getting a nice push against the run game against Georgia before Quay went down, and also in the pass rush. This game, when I saw Yancy Pierre standing up again, I got pissed off. Me and the whole section. And literally, the play where you saw them come out in the forefront, then he shifts. They kind of shift. They go into an even head up. They got tackle over center, defensive tackle over the other tackle, and the defensive end, the bandit over the other tackle. This wide gap split. And you got Yancy Pierre standing up on the second level, and he's like basically in the overhang area. Your linebackers, they're over the guards, so you got proper alignment. But at the snap, oh my God! If y'all just saw the lack of execution, we had no push on the interior. Once again, I'm a huge London Simmons fan, because anytime London Simmons, Asaya Faga, anytime they're in the interior, we get a crazy disruptive push in the middle. Everything has to bounce out when those guys are in. So I want to see. We're going to talk about that. We're actually breaking that down on film tomorrow. We'll talk about the plays and things of that nature. But yeah, let's look at these stats real quick. Defensively, I think the secondary played a good game too. Way better run containment. Still looking at some, and you're going to have it in this defense again. A few plays that if Pavia gets his head up, you see a few opportunities against number 7, Deshaun Jones. Keon Sabb got caught looking in the backfield one time, but it didn't hurt us. So you got to start looking at rotating some guys in that secondary too. I'm seeing some consistencies with run containment. Xavier Brown, Damani Jackson, Dijon Lee. More so Dijon Lee, Xavier Brown. Better job of edge containment when they were throwing out their corner. Red Morgan coming up and run support was very huge this week. Same with Bray Hubbard, Keon Sabb. Better run fits from the second level this week in the second through the fourth quarter. We had a lot of improvement this week. I was excited to see all these guys get opportunities. Justin Hill had an opportunity getting in and being disruptive. I think he actually had a solo tackle in the game. If I'm not mistaken, I think he had a solo tackle. First quarter secondary was atrocious, but they adjusted from then on. They were atrocious. Hey, yeah, man. You know what? I got to start going to the live game day chat too, man. Y'all be going crazy in there. I be forgetting. I be doing so much other stuff. But Yeah, looking at the stats, man. Look at the run game, man. Look at the run game. Are we seeing year 2 of Washington evolve? Now that Jam is back, are we seeing their second coming of Dylan Johnson? And I ain't saying running style, but as far as the load, I look at the load. You had 2 primary backs, and then you accented it with other assets. Ty Simpson had to scramble a few times, ended up with 0 total yards, I believe, or negative rushing yards. Jeremy Bernard, the negative play where he was trying to do the reverse pass, that was probably kept him from being in positive. But even when he had the ball, you see him gain like 9 and 12 yards on two touches out of the backfield. And Caden Proctor bulldozing for the first down. That was crazy. Once again, man, just Ryan Grubb in his bag, man. Thank y'all for the 25 likes. Oh, we got 25 likes on the stream. Appreciate y'all already, man. Appreciate that already. Hey, we got the phone lines opening up in 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Mary J, put a 5 minutes ticker up. Phone lines open in 5 minutes if you can, please. Thank you. Shout out to Mary J for being in the back, man, on the ones and twos. On the ones and twos. The unos and the doses. All right, so, and then just looking at the receiving game, man. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different targets in this game. You had 7 receivers get snaps. I don't know if y'all saw it early in the game, but Derek Meadows, Bach, Danny Lewis, and I forget who the other tight end was. I want to say it was Brody Dalton or Marshall Pritchett. It might have been Marshall Pritchett. I can't remember. But I remember seeing Meadows and Bach in the game at the same time. And I was like, man, they must be setting something up. And it was towards the end of the first quarter. We was trying to get the offense going. I think they were just trying to get some coaching up because we came in and y'all saw what happened on that drive coming into the second quarter. So this overall productivity wise, when I look at the numbers, just the stats over the team, overall team stats, this was another offensive productive game for both teams. When I look at us going, well, oh dang, we did miss that 1 4th down. I thought we was perfect on 4th down. My stats be so jacked up. So we went 7 of 15 on 3rd down. That's above that. That's right at that 50% clip. You always want to, you try to rule of thumb is convert 33% or better. Gives yourself a chance. Yeah, Big Frank, I seen them. They got like 6 snaps this game. But I look at it, man. Efficiency on 3rd down, 4th down, the willingness and the aggressiveness to go for it. Kalen DeBoer and Kane Womack and Ryan Grubb have all been talking about how aggressive the mindset of the team needs to be in order to effectively execute their philosophies. It's not just about going out there and looking good because it is putting up a lot of points. You got to be aggressive in that mindset and how you attack it. We saw that effectiveness in the run game, right? The O-line and their aggressive nature. I mean, literally rotating 8 offensive linemen and getting the production that we was able to get. Now, I like when the games look like this. I want y'all to look at the stat for me, and I'm going to pull this up. I like when the game looks like this. 1 second. Let me pull this up. Going for it on 4th and 7, I was hyped, man. Facts, Shawnee. And appreciate you for tapping in on the YouTube side. Listen, TikTok, I know y'all live over there, but I got to get it. Until we make it big time and get another another PC so I could put like 4 screens up in this mug. I got 2 screens to work with for this setup, and then the other setup where we dual stream out of. I got 1 screen right now. One of my other screen broke when I was moving. So until I'm able to purchase a new one, it's greatly appreciated if you are tapped in. Tap in on TikTok, show some love, tap the screen, share it, all that stuff. But it'll be greatly appreciated if you pull up on YouTube. That's the main platform. We can get all your comments on the screen. We can see what you're talking about. Because I be hating when I end the live stream and I see TikTok users over here and they have some good questions or they have some good comments and I missed it. Or I'm seeing it after they said it or left. And I'm very aware of the chat. It's just so many different platforms that we're live on, man. It's hard and they're not integrated with StreamYard. So I appreciate y'all though. 100%. Tap in on the YouTube side. Kick is there too. As you can see, my guy, he comes in and blows up the little emotes over there on Kick, KICK.com. Coach Smook be live on there. And then we're also live on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook. Facebook comments pop up too. So tap in. Let me take a sip of water, then we're going to move on to the next topic of conversation. And let me pull this up. I want to talk about the key stats that contributed to Alabama's victory over Vanderbilt. All right. And we kind of highlighted some of the thoughts or the factors that won it, but I want to talk about some key highlights, key stats that helped us. Last year against Vanderbilt, we lost by 5 points, turning the ball over twice. Didn't force any turnovers. Let me double check. I don't think we forced any turnovers last year against Vanderbilt. They took and controlled the time of possession last year, 42-17, right? And then our third down efficiency was less than 30%. I think we went like 3 of 16 or some crazy junk like that. 3 of 14. Some crazy noise like that. Our average pass per yards per catch, similar numbers, 12.7 last year. This year we come in, it's 11 yards, right? But look at this play calling stat, man. Look at this rushing disparity. This is a key stat I want y'all to look at. And I'm going to put both of these numbers up here, and I want y'all to guess who is who. Well, I'm going to tell you who is who. I don't want y'all to guess. We ain't got time to be playing no guessing game. Smook. Let me know if y'all can see this good. All right, so you see the 136 and the 146, right? 136 on the left is Vanderbilt. Look how many times they rushed the ball. 18. They rushed the ball 18 times with the average yards per carry was 7.6 for 136 yards. One of those 136 yards was a 65-yard run by Cedric Alexander. I think that's his name. Whatever the young man's name is. The big play that scored, right? 65 yards off of that. And then the other one, 65 plus 38. Somebody do the math. The other one was Diego's run. 2 explosive runs. We went from 6 last week to 2 this week, right? And if you take away those 65, right? Let's just say 65 plus 38. What we sitting at, y'all? I'm not the mathematician. 103, right? 65 plus 38. If you take away those 103 yards for the game, those 2 explosive runs for the game, Alabama's defense held their rushing attack to 16 attempts. and whatever it is, 103, so 33 yards. The second half, we only gave up 22 total rushing yards, chat. Outside of those 2 runs, you're talking about an average yards per carry is like 2.6, 2.7. Alabama on the flip side was able to rush the ball 38 times. There's a target number that I told you all at the beginning of the season that this staff wants to hit when they are implementing the run game and staying on pace. This gives them an indicator that they're staying on pace. That 3.8 yards per carry is only going to get better. And you're talking about a situation where your offensive line is already clicking. You're getting your number 1 running back. You got 3 more healthy backs behind them that I truly believe are going to find themselves in situational game plans behind Jan Miller. Kevin Riley was the guy for this game. Maybe next game against Missouri, because of the physicality, you might see a little bit of Richard Young and Daniel Hill. Right, with Kevin Riley getting some change of speed, you might see those 6 reps that we see by those other backs. You might see those split between Daniel Hill and Richard Young. So I'm excited to see this continue to develop. But that was one of the key analysis I wanted to bring up. And listen to this stat right here. Let me go back full screen. Listen to this stat, chat. Ty Simpson threw for 340 yards, 2 touchdowns, going 23 of 30 and passing. Jan Miller. We talk about the offensive line having an issue, but that was the game against an aggressive front. And with this, the first game that we have a 100-yard rusher. And it wasn't like he had 40 something carries, right? It wasn't like he had 40 something carries. I think Jam Miller ended up with 22 carries for 136 yards. So now we're starting to see some similarities emerge from that second year at Washington. It's a lot of growth to happen, and we're starting to click, and people are starting to notice it. So I'm excited about Alabama. All right, now last thought before we open this phone line. We got 3 minutes, y'all. 3 minutes before we open the phone lines. Check this out. I got something for y'all. We had how many turnovers were in this game? I think Alabama had 2 interceptions. No, we only had 1 interception. 2 interceptions. No, 2 interceptions, right? And a forced fumble. Oh, the Mincy interception was called back. All right. The Mincy interception was called back. But what I like about that play is that you see that the defense started to pick up on keys. They make those adjustments. The first turnover that was forced in the red zone by Justin Jefferson, Deontay Lawson. First of all, speaking of inside linebacker room, shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to the inside linebacker room. I'm talking about Nakai Hill-Green, Justin Jefferson, and Deontay Lawson. That's how inside linebacker play is supposed to look. Now, do we want to see a little bit more physicality from the jump? Of course. But I think they settled into this game really good this week. They settled in really fast. It didn't take them 3 or 4 quarters. You saw the big play on the first drive. You saw the horrible run fit. After that, this defense played virtually lights out. To give up only 2 more explosive plays the rest of the game, that was awesome. We held Diego Pavia under 200 passing yards. He's been lighting everybody up for almost 300 yards a game. We held their rushing attack, their rushing leader, to 75 yards. Right? We didn't allow them to go crazy in the passing game. He went 21 of 35. That is not a great game. That's not a great game. That's a solid game. Justin Jefferson played his butt off 100%. 100%. Okay, appreciate that, Mary J. Or Britt. If Britt could do that. Britt, are you in the chat? Because if you are, we're gonna do a quick break and go into the phone lines. I'm gonna do an infomercial break, and then we're gonna open the phone lines. We're gonna do post-game reactions and talk about this game. I want to highlight plays. I want to talk about different adjustments. Any questions or thoughts that you have today, right now, is the time to get on the lines and let's have these extended conversations. I want to be able to have like them 4 to 7 minute conversations on the phone today. So when you call in, make sure you know what you're ready to talk about. And let's get into the conversation, man. I'm excited. Alabama is turning over a new leaf. We're going to start talking Missouri tomorrow morning on the morning show. Y'all know Tuesdays is because that's when we get post-practice reports. We get to get information about what's happening at practice, all that good stuff. So we'll talk about Missouri tomorrow. So today we get to finalize and talk about, Vandy and how it happened, what it do. What's up, Tonio? Cuzzo coming in, joining, becoming a member, picking that wristband back up, man. Listen, y'all continue to support and grab them wristbands, man. Grab them wristbands, join the AAA family. If you don't know how, this is how you do so here on the Coach Smook Network. Don't go nowhere, y'all. We'll be right back.
Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.
Put me in a game, Coach Smook. Put me in a game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in a game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in a game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
All right, chat. Y'all been waiting for it, and now it's here. The moment y'all been waiting for. We got our first caller on the line.
Call from
Jimmy from Ohio.
Okay. Yo, Jimmy, what's good, man? You in the game with Coach Smook. Talk to me, man. Y'all give it up for Jimmy, chat.
Coach Smook, good morning, my brother. Blessings to you, family. Roll Tide to everybody.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Roll Tide, man. Good to hear from you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll make it real quick. I'm glad we shut Pavia up. Second half defense came to play. I love to see it. You on the sideline grabbing your stuff and showing off, and I'm glad we can put you on the sideline, keep you on the sideline. You couldn't even get on the field.
Yes,
I was
sir.
glad to see that. I do want to say, Smook, I'm kind of Dijon Lee, man. He might be a better cornerback as far as what we need than Damani, from what I can see. I don't know how you feel about that.
I would say this. I like the rotation and the load that he's carrying right now. Damani has done some uncharacteristic things in big moments, but he has been the most consistent. I don't think that one game against
I agree
Georgia.
with that.
I don't think that Georgia game is his game. I don't think that's his package. And he came up
I
big
agree
this
with that.
last game. He had a few big plays, and
Yeah.
I honestly believe the true fix to it, Damani's skill set. Instead of having Deshaun Jones at that nickel corner spot in the 7, he's been getting beat a lot this season. Grateful for the times where we've had discipline safety play bracketing and helping him. But I will definitely want Damani Jackson as that nickel corner. And you bring up the defensive back room. We were going to get into this topic a little bit later, but
Oh, my bad.
no, you're good. You're good. I'm talking about playing time. I know
Okay.
I know for a fact that we have better cover corners and better run contain corners than what we've been seeing from some of our starters.
I agree.
And I don't mind Xavier Brown in coverage, but Xavier Brown gets beat a lot, and then he's not as great on run containment. So where's Cam Calhoun? I watched Cam Calhoun in that
I was just
Utah.
about to say that. Where is Cam Calhoun? He was a PFF top cornerback last year in the league. Why are we not? I don't know. And then on top of that, Coach, where's Jaden Roberts? Is he hurt, or is what is going on with that?
Okay, I'm glad you asked, because this is what I'm gonna say about Jaden Roberts' situation. Now, with Cam Calhoun, we have not seen Cam Calhoun in a situation for the University of Alabama in this new scheme for us to say that he gets beat or he's not strong in this or he can't cover. We haven't seen that in this scheme yet.
Nope.
But what we have seen is Deshaun Jones in this scheme for 2 years get beat. We've seen Xavier Brown get beat. We've seen Damani Jackson. We've seen all these other guys make mistakes, and we keep chancing it when we have this top rated corner, right? Sitting on the bench.
Yep.
Flip it to Jaden Roberts' situation. Let's be honest. Jaden Roberts is our strongest offensive lineman. He's probably the most physical offensive lineman when it comes to run blocking. But when it comes to pass pro and being able to go at a high speed, whenever we go tempo, go check the film. Where is our pressures coming from? Last year, left tackle, right guard were our weak points. Tennessee attacked us in those spots. South Carolina attacked us in those spots. Vanderbilt attacked us in those spots. Oklahoma attacked us in those spots. Georgia in the second half attacked us in those spots. So if I'm a staff and I'm looking at the way that my offensive line has been performing over the past 4 weeks, and I'm looking at the depth of rotation that I'm building, I'm going to try at any point in time, knowing the phase of the game I'm in. If we come out, we're down 7-0. We need to get an efficient drive scoring because we need a pass pro set. I'm going to put my best 5 out there to give me the best pass pro.
Put Michael Carroll out there.
Come on. And if you look at it, look at the game. Look at when we were like, boom, hit. We need a 44-second drive before we had 52 seconds to take score before going into the half, right?
Yep.
Look at the offensive line group.
Yep.
Look at the protection.
You know what, Smook? I'm gonna say this, man. As far as penalties and our offensive line, like being consistent, this is the most consistent I've seen Alabama being in a few years. As far as the penalties, I mean, we had maybe 1 or 2 penalties Saturday?
We had 3 total penalties this past Saturday. One was by a tight end. The other one was a BS. I think I don't like the call. They called one on defense. Only had 1 penalty the whole game, but the offensive line, they had a false start penalty. I don't remember seeing no false start. But
we have to give. And I don't want to take. I know other people want to get in.
You good, man? You good? We got about 4 more minutes, man.
Okay. This is where we got to give DeBoer, Grubb, and these guys credit. Is this offensive line has been playing. This is one of my worries coming into the season because we've been so inconsistent.
Mm-hmm.
They have been holding up pretty well. I mean, I know Ty got sacked Saturday, which I think it was just scrambling out of pocket, which I don't know why he just didn't throw the ball away. But I'm not going to criticize Ty.
Listen.
Right now.
When you're accountable, when you're a leader, you don't have to. The thing is, Ty knew when he took that sack, he got up and he's walking back to the huddle. My bad. That's on me. That's on me. Like all the sacks, even the one that wasn't on him. That first sack wasn't on him. Pressure got to us. They sent 7. Well, they sent 6. We only have 5-man pressure, and we were passing one off. Got caught up with some foot stuff. Guy gets back there, makes a sack, but then we turn around and we stack plays and we move that ball, and that's the same drive. That's the same drive Ty threw the interception on too. So
you know what's crazy?
Go ahead, brother.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Man, you know what's crazy? Ty Simpson that's Nick Saban's final product was Ty Simpson. I think if you listen to his halftime speeches in the room, he sounds like a mini Saban.
He do.
On the sideline after bad plays, he's going to the offensive line,
he's
going to the receivers, hyping them up. It's been a while since I've seen that. That makes me so excited as an Alabama fan, man.
Yeah.
Just that leadership. He has command of the offense. We need this. Listen, when last year, when people, we don't know what Ty Simpson is going to do. He's not better. This man is cooking.
100%. 100%. And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy, Jimmy? A lot of people got mad at me because I don't think this happens to Ty last year with the offensive line and the philosophies and things that were like the fact that he had that time to develop and really understand what this scheme is asking for is showing right now. And I tried to tell people, man, he may be the better quarterback, right? If you just put him in a workout, him and Jalen Miro next to each other in a workout, throw this pass, who going to hit this and how the balls look, he's going to win that. I got him winning that 8 times out of 10, right? But when it comes to what the offense needed last year in order to stay competitive and to give yourself a chance to win, we had to use Jalen Miro. We had wide receivers that didn't understand, basic concepts of when to sit down in levels, where to break in levels, where to stem when you have this alignment. You had guards and tackles not understanding who's the overhang check, who's the second mid check. Like all of these different things were getting applied, and you needed a fail safe solution. And Jalen Miro was that for the majority part of last season with his flaws and everything. But now you see how this offense looks when somebody understands not just how to put the key in the ignition and start it, but how the ignition is put together, how everything is wired. That's what the difference is between Ty Simpson and Jalen Miro. And people are starting to see that now. Even on the defense. Look at Deontay, how he played this last game.
Oh, man. Justin Jefferson. Because
come on, man.
I've been very critical of Justin Jefferson these last couple because his run fits, getting beat with the eye candy has been terrible. But last game, he might be our defensive player of the year. I mean, not defensive player of the game.
Of the game, yeah. Look at the chase downs. Look at the fits. Look at how his run fits were opening up for guys to flow and make the plays. And he forced a lot of tackles to the outside, forced a lot of runs to the outside, playing the right fits. I like the way that we played the run this game, but I more so like our linebackers' ability to get in their drops and pass coverage.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely agree. And I would say this, man. Just I keep praising Todd, bro, because if you just watch him pre-snap, his ability to distinguish coverages, change the line, change the protection, we have not seen this in a while.
Yeah, facts.
And having Ryan Grubb in the helm, who's coaching the NFL, these offensive schemes are NFL type schemes.
Yeah.
So, hey, man, that's all I want. I don't want to take it to you much. I know
you good, man. Nah, you good, family. I appreciate you for calling in, Jimmy.
Yeah, hey, love all y'all, man. Roll Tide. This is our year, baby.
Yes, sir.
Smook. God bless you, brother.
God bless, man. Roll Tide, Jimmy. Y'all give it up for Big Jimmy in the chat, man. Calling from Ohio. Roll Tide all the way up in Ohio, chat. We here. Coach Smook Network. We getting out. AAA family, we out there. People are noticing us. Speaking of, man, it was good to see every fan, every supporter. I don't like calling y'all fans. I'm a fan myself. I'm a fan of y'all. But it was good to see a lot of you all at the Vanderbilt game. If you have pictures, post them, tag me. I definitely recognize I'm not famous. I just love the support. Another caller coming in. Let's get it.
Call from Zach Willie.
Yo, Zach, what's up, man? You in the game? Talk to me.
What's good, Coach Smith and my AAA family? How are y'all this morning?
I'm good, man. We were just kind of talking about the Jaden Roberts situation. I know you had an opinion on it too at the game, and I just want to kind of lead off with this for the people in the chat. I saw a comment by Square Business. He said Jaden is going to play in the NFL one day. Others can't say that. Excuse me, that might very well be true. Just like I saw offensive linemen not play one snap at the University of Alabama, and then 4 years later, after they graduate, they're playing on somebody's Super Bowl roster because a superstar in front of them got hurt, and now they got picked up, and now they're in the NFL 7 more years because they played at the University of Alabama. Never played a snap, but they were on the roster at the University of Alabama, so it doesn't matter about them going to play in the NFL. It's about what needs to be done to win games now. And when you try to put personal feelings in front of that, that shows a selfishness. And I don't think Jaden Roberts has an issue with what's going on right now with his playing time. I think it's more so the fan base. Why the fan base decides to trip, I don't know why. We had a game where we had 140-something, almost 150 rushing yards. We had a running back go over 100 yards rushing. We had a game that the offensive line only gave up 1 sack. You recorded 4 sacks, but they only gave up 1. The other 3 were on the quarterback.
Fact.
So why are we complaining about a player not getting time when there was no issue with what was happening in that position. We should be talking about giving Cam Calhoun time at corner. That's where we're having an issue at right now.
Fact.
Give me your thoughts on the whole conversation, Zach.
Yeah. Jaden Roberts, you know, he got injured, so they put him in that second rotation, which he's okay with. You know, whatever, you know, he's just happy to go out there and perform and help the team win games.
I won't say he's happy, Zach. I won't say he's happy about not being able to start. Any competitor wants to be out there every snap of the game if they can. My thing is this: when you have a situation where this offensive line group, you truly trust 8 to 9 guys on that offensive line rotation, and you're coming into a game where last year your offensive play calling, your pass concepts that you threw at Vanderbilt, there was a lot of opportunities there. Between Jalen Milroe, between Caden Proctor, between Jaden Roberts, between the rotation at right tackle, that's where our weak spots was last season. So why not come out with your evaluation and say, okay, we want to be able to hit some of these targets. We want to be able to hit these explosives in the pass game this year. What's my best pass pro? What team gives me a balanced run approach and a solid pass pro? It just so happened that the first 6 rotation this week just so happened to give you solid production in both sides, both aspects of it, run and pass pro.
Right. But yeah, and as long as we're winning games, the fan base shouldn't be complaining. You know, I could now if the whole rotation thing wasn't working, then that would be a whole nother different story. But it is working, which is crazy to think about, that we have a 6, 7, 8 man offensive line rotation when nobody else in college football is doing that, but we're doing what we got to do to win games, to stay successful, to control the clock, to make great plays, explosive plays. And I mean, I'm so proud of this team for taking that Florida State loss and being like, okay, that was our bad game. We can't do that again. Let's take it one week at a time and just continue to get better and continue to do what we got to do to improve to be the team we want to be at the end of the season, to accomplish all of our goals, whether that's to make the playoffs, win a national championship, win the SEC championship, whatever your goals are, to accomplish them and continue to be the best player you can be. Now, to speak on Cam Calhoun's situation, Cam Calhoun needs to replace Deshaun Jones. Deshaun Jones is getting beat way too much and too often. We need to give Cam Calhoun a chance. Give him his opportunities, because, I mean, honestly, in my opinion, he's probably the best cornerback on our team and not play at all. At all. But yes, I feel for the guy. I truly do. But I don't know what more he can do to go out there and prove his worth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I don't know what to say in the situation. But okay, now I want to talk about Kane Walman.
Uh-oh.
Kane Walman, I am very proud of you for going out there and seeing something ain't working and making adjustments or correcting the formations and personnel to go out there and make this defense successful. Because last year you had trouble with that last year in games where we struggled. You continued to go with formations and personnel that weren't necessarily effective enough to help us win ball games. So I am very proud of you to go for you going out there and making the adjustments that needed to be made and willing to stick with those adjustments and continue to put our defense in good opportunities to make great plays.
100%. You know what, Zach? With Kane Womack, I saw something, and I said this before the game. I told y'all if we come out in that 3-man front, it's only because they felt like they practiced it enough. They have built enough confidence in whoever there was going to replace Quay. They felt like they would get the similar production that they were getting in the first quarter and towards the end of the game against Georgia with Yanzi and Justin Hill, right? And I was kind of satisfied that I didn't see them try to use Deontay or Nakai Hill Green primarily in those spots, even though we did get in that double mug look. We crowded the line of scrimmage a few times, and you saw those guys play off the edge. They weren't necessarily being the wolf position. They were just showing run blitz. But what I did like about this game was when Yanzi was struggling on that first drive, right? The second drive you came out, you saw the 3-man front maybe three more times on that second drive. And then that's when, and it wasn't even a big run. I think Yanzi at 614, you call back in 2 minutes. 614 call back in 2 minutes. I think Yanzi was just struggling with the leverage of the pre-snap alignment and then making his shift off of motions. And once you saw that 4-man front and you told him, hey, you're on the edge, this is your key, this is how you playing it off the edge, you saw the effectiveness. And Coach Womack talked about doing this, getting the calls in to the point where guys feel like they can pin their ears back and fly around. And if they make a mistake, they're making a mistake at 100%. And we saw them make, like, very few mistakes were made this game. You had 4 missed tackles this game. 4 missed tackles. Final thought, Zach.
My final thought is my offensive MVP goes to Jam Miller.
Mm-hmm.
Defensive MVP goes to I'm gonna have to give it to Yanzi Pierre for sticking with the play calling and being able to make the adjustments and especially in the second half to put yourself to make key plays to help our team win the game.
Yep. You said I think I would have gave it to Justin Jefferson, man. But appreciate you for calling in, Zach. Roll Tide, my guy.
Roll Tide.
Yes, sir. Hey, y'all, Zach was acting up out there in T-Town, too. I ain't gonna lie. We got another caller on the line. Let's get him in.
Call from
Cade the Diesel Freak from Madison County, Ohio.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
What's up, man? You in the game with Coach Smook? Talk to me.
Coach Smook, what are you doing this morning, good sir?
I'm live on the show, Caden. What you doing?
Oh, just grabbing some semi filters for some semis. What are you doing?
I'm live on the show, Caden.
I just wanted to figure. I just figured I'd call and say hello to one of my favorite Alabama fans.
Yeah, I couldn't wait to hear from you either, Caden.
Hey, well, you can't hate my guts that bad.
Hey,
I mean, come on now.
Caden, I hate your guts, man. I hate your guts, man. I do. How you doing today, though?
You know, between running combine, semi, and everything else, I can't complain ever. I'm under God's I'm under God's blue sky in His country,
Mm-hmm.
wearing that red, white, and blue on my back. What do you mean?
America.
Yes, sir.
Caden, didn't we tell you last time about that drunk driving? Are you drunk driving again?
Oh, hell no.
You better not be.
I'm doing just fine.
All right, because you came in it. What you want to talk about, man? Did Ohio State play this weekend?
Yeah, we did, but you know what? I told people I wouldn't be surprised if we blew them out by 42, and we did. To be fair.
Who'd y'all play?
Minnesota, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. So another cupcake.
Yep.
Yep. The usual for Ohio State.
There ain't nothing new for the old Scarlet and Gray. I'm gonna tell you that now.
Yeah.
Hey, but there was one thing I will tell you this, Coach Boot, is that we need either Ohio State needs to start toughen up their schedule because weak competition is not good for the boys. I'm gonna tell you that now.
It ain't, Caden. Hold on. What you? So what you saying? You want tougher competition for Ohio State?
You dang over exactly right. You're hearing me first, Coach Smook. What do you think I'm talking about? I want tougher competition.
Oh Lord, I have to give you a siren for that one, Caden. I that's the first logical thing I've heard you say about your team and college football since I've been in contact with you, man. So wait, hold on, time out. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just want to see tougher
time out.
competition.
No, wait. If you're not okay, just say bananas or something. Like are you safe right now?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Because you sound normal, and that's not that might be a bad thing. When Caden gets on the phone sounding normal, it might be a bad thing. Keep going. We got to keep this going. What so we had you said they need tougher schedule. What would make an Ohio State schedule tough though? Like we know Penn State's not for real. You guys play Oregon. You guys play Oregon really tough when that's a good game for y'all.
Oregon's decent. Oregon's tough, but you know what? We need to start playing out of conference tough games, like somebody from like Alabama, LSU. We need I don't know, BYU.
BYU would be a good matchup for Ohio State week 1. I think Ohio State made a statement this year. That's why I can't talk too much trash to you, Caden. But when it comes to Ohio State football, I admire Ohio State football culture right now. Everybody hated on them for going into the portal. I even had my thoughts on them spending $20 million in the portal for that class. They did what they had to do to win, but they went and got guys that actually fit their culture, fit their organization, fit their scheme. It wasn't like they had to go out and just, glue a whole bunch of BS together. And then their faith-based team, like majority of their players, I think last year the story was running about them holding prayer on campus, every Friday before home games.
Yep.
Like that was to me, and everybody knows I'm a man of faith. To me, that caught my attention. I retweeted it. I got crap for retweeting, sharing the faith. Bump football, those young men were proud of something that a lot of people make fun of or look down on. So they had quietly, I ain't gonna say had my support, but quietly I was like, okay, if there's a team that I would like to win it, it would be them. And call me biased or whatever. Yes, it's because of how public they were about their faith. And it was for real. So I'm rocking with Ohio State and how they're moving. I talk to Turbo Rogers all the time. This young man is from Montgomery, Alabama. He's on the roster now. You know Turbo. I talk to him a lot, man. I talk to Turbo a lot. Hey, the type of energy he walks around with now, I know it's a direct impact, and he's maturing because of being present on that campus and surrounded by a good quality culture. So I can't hate on Ohio State, but when I definitely get with your goofy head. I'm telling you, Katie. You know, I can't wait till we play Ohio State because I'm gonna give you hell that week. I'm gonna give you hell that week, man.
I'm ready for you, Coach Duke. I'm always ready for you whenever you come, buddy. When you come to Columbus, I'll be there.
Hey, listen. We coming deep too. AAA family coming deep. I'm just letting you know. But Caden, I'm gonna open this phone line back up, man. It was weird having a cordial conversation with you. I hate you.
You know what, Coach Smook? I always tell people, if you don't like my guts, then, get lost. But you know what? Here's the other thing, Coach Smook. Here's the fact.
What's that?
I may never get the hose and the chicks, but I dang sure know how to drive a semi, turn a wrench, and I dang sure know how to keep semis rolling on the road, and that's the bottom line. And ain't that a damn fact?
All right, Kaden, man. Take it easy, buddy.
Come on, Coach. I'm going to tell you what. Here's something else. I know you couldn't run 1,300 miles in a single day.
You don't think I could?
Hell no.
Katie,
hell no.
You must don't know, man. I'm from Phoenix City, Alabama. We gets down, bro. I'm from Phoenix City. I'm an old country boy. You hear me? We gets down. Ain't nothing.
How much you bring?
Listen, Katie, you ever grilled a rack of ribs in a dryer? Huh?
Oh, I have before.
No, you haven't. Cap. He capping, chat. He capping, chat. You ain't never grilled no ribs. You what?
You guilty. You ever seen that combine rotor that got turned into a barbecuer?
Yeah.
I actually got to see that at the U.S. Custom Harvester.
Did you do it? Did you do it?
No, but I met the people that built it.
All right. That ain't good enough, Katie. You ain't do it. Get out of my phone, man. Roll Tide.
Roll, Buckeyes, roll, buddy.
Y'all give it up for Katie, man. Oh, man. This dude, man. Katie, my dude. What's up, Jacob? Good to see you over there on TikTok. If you really want to be seeing Jacob Jimmy real rare, tap in on YouTube at Coach Smook on YouTube. That's where you want to get your comments seen. That's where I'm going to be able to see the chat. I just so happen to have the TikTok stream up over on the other side, man. Hey, this dude, Caden is funny, y'all. Caden is funny. All right. What they want to ensure they got 4 teams in is ridiculous facts. 706. Let's see who it is.
Call from.
This is Ray.
Oh, snap. Let me turn the music off. Ray, you in the game. Talk to me, man. How you feeling today?
I'm doing very well. Doing very, very well. I had a good week.
Mm-hmm.
Crimson Tide won, as well as my Cowboys.
Okay.
So I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't give a damn about them Cowboys, but Roll Tide.
I do. Roll Tide. And then how about them Cowboys? But yeah, so going back to the game though, I was real impressed with the second half adjustment that the defense had exhibited. So because I was a little bit nervous starting off after we threw the interception, and then they scored on the 65-yard play. So I wanted to ask you, how comfortable are you feeling with 2 players that I felt that were responsible for that run play? Damani Jackson and Edric Hill getting duoed. I think he was getting duoed on that play. And do you think he's strong enough to withhold duo blocks going forward during the course of the season as we go into the hard part of the SEC schedule?
All right. Yeah, I do. He's one of those guys that's getting to that 100. This is what I opened the show up with. I was talking about guys get into that rep count, live reps, in-game reps, right at 100 snaps at snap count. And guys that have eclipsed that and are playing on a consistent basis at a high rate, right? Not necessarily production, but they're getting action at a high rate. You're seeing those guys come up in big moments. Josh Cuevas, Isaiah Horton, Jeremy Bernard, Kevin Riley's getting close to that 100 rep clip this season. Caden Proctor, Cam Dewberry, Parker Brailsford. Those three, the offensive linemen, have over 100 snaps this season already. Ty Simpson. Ryan Williams is right at 100 snaps. Rico Scott right at 100 snaps. Defensive side of the ball. James Smith hasn't even hit 100 snaps yet, but you see him when he's on the field, how effective he is. LT Overton, Deontay Lawson, Nakai Hill Green. All of these guys are right at Justin Jefferson. Somebody that struggled early. Deontay and Justin struggled a few games in a row. And then all of a sudden, these last 2 weeks in the biggest games of the season, they're playing lights out because one, they've seen they're getting the reps. It's literally they're getting the reps. The game is slowing down. The more you do something, it's called repetition, right? Muscle memory. And so going forward, I think Edric Hill. Look at Edric Hill's effectiveness in the run game in the second half, right? Not even in the second half. I say from the fourth drive on through the rest of the game, the interior defensive line was very effective. Maybe not getting the tackles in the backfield, but creating and washing out offensive linemen and getting a push to create space for those guys, those linebackers to make those plays that they were able to make. So I do think Edric Hill is going to be fine, man. Him, London Simmons, those guys are getting to that 100 rep, that 100 snap target area. And you just, it naturally happens for players. Once you see things for so much, you start playing a little bit more fluid, a little bit more loose, a little bit more faster. And that's what we're going to start seeing from him.
How well did you think Damani played that? Do you think Damani played that? Because I played that correctly. Because I felt like because Edric got driven back so far, it kind of knocked Damani off kilter, and he couldn't get to the hole quick enough. Because it just looked like he wasn't able to get to his spot in time because of the fact that Edric got pushed back so far.
Yeah. And you got to think, man. You got to think. He was on a double team. Yep.
I
think Tim Keenan's slow first push, like his coming out of his stance and not converging and both. To me, I think it was a late slant by Tim Keenan coming out of his stance. And that to me would have caused a little bit more traffic for that running back to get through. And then the safety run fits were bad on that one play. Out of the whole game, that was their worst run fits. Run fits.
Yeah. Yeah, because other than that, I have no issues with the defense because they forced turnovers inside the red zone. And,
bend but don't break, man. We talked about this being one of those defense that's going to have to consume a lot of spaces, a space-eating defense. That doesn't mean that you're going to stop everything. You want to find something, take something away, contain something, and then live with their most likely thing not to do, right? And in this situation, in this game, the vertical offensive threat was not their most likely thing to do. So force them into that. Be a lot more aggressive on attacking the run plays. Anything that Keys run, we're aggressive on it, and we saw that from the third drive on throughout the game.
Yeah, because if you would have told me going into the game that we would have outrushed Vanderbilt, I would have laughed at first because sometimes we don't play the most disciplined football, particularly on the edges, as far as funneling the ball carriers back into the interior of our defense. But we outgained them, I think, 135 to 145 or something like that?
Yeah, I think we outgained about 10.
We were able to hold them. Right. Because had it not been for the 65-yard touchdown and the 36-yard run by Pavia, we would have held them to 17 carries for 34 yards. If you take those two plays away. Yeah. So that's why I'm not really complaining at all. I really liked how Ty was out there. I just felt like he could have threw the ball away a couple of times. Particularly, there were some plays. That series, do you remember, Smook, the series that we had when we were pinned inside the 10-yard line?
Yep.
And I think
he scrolled out. He tried to do the play action rollout, and he ended up the defender ended up over pursuing again. He made a play on it earlier in the game where he was rolling out. It was he had the choice, and I think Ty put himself in two sticky situations because he trusts his athleticism and he's comfortable in the play call. But the play action pass, He had the defender in his face. He, cuts off his escape or whatever, turns his hip, steps up. And this time when he did it, though, the defenders, man, they were flooding so good that he didn't need to hold. Yeah. And you look at him, man, he passed the ball like 3 times, y'all. That's how much time he had. So for people to saying that he was running for his life for that play, that's crazy. That wasn't him running for his life. That was him trying to give the play every opportunity it could to be something because he had such good protection and because it was such a good play call. The defense just reacted better. And honestly, looking at it live, I don't know if he had came out of the play action at that time, but if you look on the backside crosser coming from the slot was wide open, like in the second window. So I'm not sure if the handoff was done the play action was done being carried out or not, but that's something that I do want to look at again. But Ty played a great game, man.
He sure did.
That's about as close to perfect you're gonna get. You took care of the ball. You almost went 80% for passing. Your turnover, your turnover. We see why you had a turnover. That coverage did start to dissect a little late, so he kind of bent on the fact that he had the better receiver, and it showed up later in the game.
Yeah,
through the same concept and made the same decision, and Quavers made the same type of catch. Making a play. So Ty's locked in, but I get where you coming from though with your concerns with that defensive front. You said something about Damani. I think Damani did a lot better this game. He almost got caught with the wrong leverage one time, but when I go back and look at it, I think safety should have had outside contain on that side, backside safety, because he was slid inside the overhang area. So backside safety should have been playing outside. He played inside. Guy bounced outside. Safety probably was too far in on the hash and should have had outside containment on that one. So Big Frank said, you ain't going to come for the money today, Ray.
No, I wasn't coming for him.
I'm just playing.
I was just going to say that I don't know if you saw it on Discord on Saturday after I think he was the key person that made the stop on Pavia on that 4th and 1.
Yeah.
I said, I know that's not Damani that actually made the tackle in the backfield.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that. I said, wait, is that Damani that made the play? So basically, I think that he played a lot better than he did against Georgia.
Yeah.
Actuality. But I just wanted to know, was his fit appropriate for that 65-yard run? That's all. So,
yeah, you know what? And this shift
closer, he had gotten knocked out of place, it looked like.
Yeah. But that shift, I don't think that was a coach's call. I think because you'll see Deontay Lawson, Justin Jefferson, they'll go up and tap the defensive lineman on the hip so they can get the right key off of the guard. If they feel like they align too far inside of the tackle or too far outside the tackle, shading the center inside or shading the tackle on the outside of the guard, the linebacker come and tell you to, shift over a little bit. And when you do that, naturally the guy next to you is going to shift because they want their space to work too, right? Or if the stunt needs a certain,
they did that.
Yeah, and right, for that play they didn't do that. They came out, they stood there, and when the snap came, like I said, I think if you get a better get off from Tim Keenan on the right side of that, or if I'm the runner to the left of the runner, I think you get somewhat a little bit more disruption. But like Jason said in the chat, that was just one of them plays where the old line matched up perfect, and Alexander wasn't hesitant. He got skinny, squeezed in the gap, and broke out. And broke out. But that would only happen once. We didn't see it happen 6 times. That's what I want everybody to realize. Like it's a problem when it's consistent, but there wasn't consistent explosive runs.
No. Yeah, because Smook, I noticed that I started seeing a lot of that shifting that you had mentioned in the second half more. Once we got James Smith in there, I noticed we started shifting more at the last minute, like right around 10 seconds within the time clock, right? So I saw a lot of that. So it was perfect. It was perfect as far as the second half because we outscored them 23-0. But I just felt like we left at least 12, 15 points on the field because I felt like we could have been a little bit more assertive.
Yes.
Red zone. So
second half 16.
On late.
16-0 deficit difference in the second half. I will say this offensively, what I have noticed with the staff, if their offense doesn't come out and make an immediate adjustment, right, our offense won't come out and make an immediate adjustments. It's weird, but I think it works when you're talking about game planning and carryover, because now if the defense is playing steady and they've held this team under their averages coming into the half, you feel confident about giving other guys opportunities on your offense to kind of build more reps and depth, right? And you saw that with Derek Meadows. You saw it with Jalen Backway. You saw Danny Lewis getting back out there. Danny Lewis has been out there making some key blocks in these screen patterns the last 2 weeks. I don't think anybody's paid attention. I'm so glad to see him brought into that, because it's likely that he probably wants to go somewhere next year where he can be a receiving threat. He hasn't been able to display that in this system, but where he can be effective at, he has been. Him and Jay Lindsey, when they are out there on the field blocking for screens, they are a great addition. And guys like Danny Lewis allow you to go in those formations where when you want to slide your tight end and he's basically your right tackle and you have an unbalanced line, or you got Caden Proctor splitting out, you got guys like Danny Lewis that can provide that tackle-like presence in the tight end room. So we got a lot of assets available with this offense, man. And like I said, I think Ryan Grubb may turn the page this weekend. I don't think he's turned the page yet. Caden Proctor play, that's been on. He said that's been on the deck since 2020. That's a page one. That's page one. Like, that's still page one to me. If you're talking about stuff
in terms of using a tackle out in terms of being a running and a receiving threat.
Yeah, you've been waiting to do that for your whole coaching career. Now you're at Alabama. Oh, let me get back to my and see. I think where Ryan Grubb is on a lighter side of this evaluation of this team. We talk about Kane Womack so much, but I think where Ryan Grubb is, because he's so experienced, he understands the anxiety of offensive moments, right? Like Saturday, the first drive coming out for offense after the half. Did you see how many times we snapped under 16 seconds on the play clock, under 12 seconds on the play clock at home?
Yeah.
We had to call a timeout one play because it was 3rd and 6, I believe. We called the timeout to make sure we had the perfect play call because we understood the moment, the seizing that moment and momentum. And this was the first drive before Todd threw the interception. We called the right play. He gets the first down, and he goes down 2 more plays and throws the interception. But we're talking about an efficient play calling set with guys that understand it. You're starting to see that, like I said, the snap count is catching up. This team is starting to look good. Final thoughts, Ray, and then we're going to open this phone line back up, man.
Oh, yeah, sure, definitely. I just feel like going back to that Grubb, I just think sometimes now's not the time to get cute inside the red zone and let's just enforce our will once we get inside the 20 and the 15-yard line. But I'll turn the page on that, and then I'll just say, hey, let's just focus on Missouri. They can run the ball, and they can stop the run. But as long as we do what we're supposed to do, we'll be fine.
100%.
So we just got to stay motivated. This is an effort. This game showed me that it's not a lack of ability or a lack of intelligence. It's just a lack of after the Florida State loss, it is about the willingness to go out there to stick your nose in. If they continue to carry on that attitude offensively and defensively, I think we'll be a very dangerous team because I see that we're starting to run the ball better. And hopefully, Smook, just let me ask you this before you open up the phone line. What does this mean for Richard Young, Daniel Hill? What does this mean for them?
You want me to answer right now?
Yeah, because then I will let you go, and then you can.
Okay, I'll give it to you because then I could set this up for the running back discussion. I got a lot of DMs. I got a lot of DMs to answer, and the running back question. Somebody wanted my opinion on that. So as a matter of fact, I'll let you off the line, and I'm gonna go ahead and break that down on top of what else I want to talk about.
Okay.
All right. Appreciate you for calling in, Ray. Roll Tide, man. All right, y'all. We're gonna close the phone lines for like 5 minutes. I want to get this in and make sure I get this on cut before we get to that hour 45 mark. Mary J, real quick. Player rotation, playing time. Let's talk about it. I gotta talk about it because I'm getting DMs now. Like I'm getting DMs, chat. Like for people not to care about what I say, I'm getting asked about this. People want to hear what I got to say, so I'm gonna say it. And I'm gonna put names on it. When it comes to my boys, right? Because everybody, man, if anybody know about my relationship, if anybody knows about players that I really have a relationship with, Jaden Roberts was probably one of the first 3 players that I truly was able to connect with, have a conversation with, connect with. That's family, right? Who else is on topic of conversation right now? Cam Calhoun. Just, before the season kicked off, when we found out, in the spring, when we found out that he was coming to Bama, before the season kicked off, I was able to make contact with that camp, real close with that family. Okay. Other side of the ball, Ryan Williams. Y'all know that history from when we went through the Saban transition, right? Rico Scott, the Simpson situation, talking with the Simpson, like all these names that I'm about to mention, or these players that I'm about to mention, I have personal relationships, right? Well, let's talk about this. This is college football. This isn't high school. This isn't peewee. This isn't travel ball anymore. There's a portal available for you, right? And that you only got one chance to hit that mug now. So you better make the right decision if you're getting mad about playing time, right? That's for you young guys. But for your veteran guys like Jaden, let me speak on the Jaden Roberts situation. No, Jaden is not hurt. I don't think Jaden is having a problem with what's happening with the rotation. The problem to me is when you have a senior guy like Jaden who's loyal and he's done everything right outside the locker room, right? And you love him. You're glad that he's there. You're glad he's being a leader. You're glad he's showing up and doing the right things all the time. But nobody's perfect. And me not being perfect might not be as good. It might be a worse product than you not being perfect. And that's what we're dealing with Jaden Roberts. Jaden Roberts' strengths are in the run game. Yesterday, Saturday's game was the first time that we've seen a consistency in the run game. And this was the first game. I'm going to pull the stats up. Rushing attempts, we had 38 rush attempts. If I'm not mistaken, that's the second time this season that we've rushed the ball for over 30 times. Total rushing, even if you take away 4 ties scrambled, it's still over 30 rushing attempts. I think that's only the second or third game out of the 5. And this is the second game in a row where we've seen like the tempo of it pick up, right? Last game against Georgia, go watch the highlights. A lot of your impactful runs happen with Jaden Roberts on the field. Against that personnel, against that front, against that defensive scheme and that philosophy at work. You didn't necessarily have to use the pass to set up the run. Well, in this game, I truly believe the staff felt like they had an advantage with Jan Miller being back. Let's use our passing game to set up the run. Pass pro is the strength of the 5 that you saw out there. Michael Carroll is strong in pass pro. Jackson Lloyd is strong in pass pro. Geno Vandermark has been playing at a remarkable level. I won't say first round talent, but for what this scheme is designed to do, especially in the RPO, I think Geno has a better when it's time to step and get out and show run on these RPO reads. He gets out and seals the edge a lot better than what Jaden has done. Now, can we go back to the fact that Jaden is not used to that, has not had to do that throughout his career, whether he played guard or tackle? True enough. That can be a valid excuse. That could be a valid backing to why he's kind of not turning the curve in that aspect of the game. But when it comes to run blocking, we don't have no problems with Jaden. Nobody remembers when the big play with Ryan Williams, right, against Wisconsin. Like we've seen Jaden in a lot of impactful moments. We've seen games where Wilkin Formby didn't play a lot of snaps. But then this game, we saw him get some guard snaps because of what pass pro. We needed that pass pro, that front, the aggressiveness of the defense and what Vanderbilt was showing in previous games. We had to be prepared to counter that, and we needed the best pass pro set. Now you get into a game, let's say we get into a Missouri game and we want to really pound the ball. We want to run the ball 45 times, right? I guarantee you Jaden Roberts is in that mix. I guarantee you Michael Carroll is in that mix. I guarantee you Cam Dewberry is in that mix. I guarantee you Caden Proctor's in that mix. Parker Brailsford. I guarantee you whatchamacallit comes off the Will Sanders gets snaps at left guard before Geno Vandermark gets snaps at right guard or any position. For the run game, We're talking about run blocking schemes. So that's all that is, chat. I see all this. And I gotta go to the status. Y'all want me to go to Twitter? I'll open the phone lines. Phone lines open right now. I'm gonna go to Twitter and talk about this because I marked it. It to me is at this point. You try to call somebody out for not knowing football or not understanding, right? But where's your backing? Where's your backing for your reasoning for feeling like Jaden Roberts would have made a bigger impact for this game? Let me go ahead and go to this. I gotta go to this. I'm gonna share this, and we're gonna go to the media. We're gonna go to the social media. Let me look at y'all comments while I'm talking about this. He said, "Is Jaden Roberts hurt? Haven't seen him since week 1, I believe." Nah, you just gotta pay attention. He definitely been playing. He's definitely been playing, man. Man, I'm glad that you said that. Did you see the? Oh yeah, y'all should have seen. So y'all didn't get to see in the commercial break. Kane Womack, and they probably didn't even notice because when they sit on the bench, they got the little shade over in the little covering. And that after that big run, Coach Womack, for that whole time between the defense coming off field and having to go back out there, he was in between different parts of the bench, just kind of, and you can tell it was a fire. Hands movement, yelling, players. James Smith looking mad because he couldn't be in the game. Like all of these different things was happening after that play, and it showed, man. The fire and the intensity definitely ramped up. I agree with Roy on that last statement. Don't get cute in the red zone. Hey, sometimes you have to, man. Sometimes you have to show what you're capable of, especially in first and second down. I'm cool with it. We will need either Deere, Hill, or Young going forward. 100%. I think they understand it. At Jason, he rotated in last 2 weeks. He didn't play against Vandy. Yeah, this is the first game he didn't play since he's been healthy. I love how our D response to Pavia and Vandy ish talking. That reminded me of the old Bama. Facts. But this is what I'm saying, y'all. When it comes to these rotations, we look at Jaden Roberts' situation, and we've seen like the same fans that are crying for him to be back out there right now are the same fans that were mad when he was getting blown up in the backfield last year in pass pro for Jalen Miro. Him in the right tackle, whether it was Wilkin Formby or Elijah Pritchett. Like we had problems on that right side of the offensive line. So when you get new guys come in and they're able to produce at a high clip in practice, right, while you're injured, and then they get in the season and they don't have the same problems you had last year, and all of a sudden we can pass a little bit more when these 5 guys are in, or we can do a little bit more, whether we want to pass or we want to check into the run. We feel like we're going to get the same protection. It's nothing against Jaden. It's about what's best for the team at the end of the day, right? So that's that situation. Other side of the ball, we keep talking about it. Cam Calhoun. I just think it's different because we have yet to see him get a real opportunity. We have yet to see an opportunity. I can understand if he had an opportunity. We've seen Jaden Roberts where his strengths are. We know what he does in the run game. We know how he's taking out 2 players at the same time, kind of like what we saw with Will Sanders and Cam Dewberry. Right? We've seen that. We've seen that from Jaden. We haven't got to see Cam Calhoun be in no real coverage. He has a tackle. I think he has a PBU against UL Monroe. You see him hustle on special teams. He's solid on special teams, not shying away from contact. We see the speed. I'm just saying, man, those are not the same situations. So when you have a problem in the secondary and you got a boundary corner in Cam Calhoun proven, this guy played at Utah. And that defense, they were proven. He has highlights from that defense, being the 4th guy in that rotation. Was set to be a starter. We knew that we needed more depth in the secondary, so we went after Ricardo Hallman. We went after Cam Calhoun. We went after the Davis kid. We went after the Muhammad kid. We went after a lot of secondary guys that we felt could be lockdown corners or give us that versatility to keep our safeties in between the hashes. I love Xavier Brown's tenacity. I love his athleticism. I love his physicality. But him in coverage has been suspect. He's been giving us Kool-Aid McKinstry type vibes in coverage, y'all. Now, what I will say is this: when he has been beat, he doesn't panic in recovery. I like that about him. I feel like that's going to pay off. Like right now, you can see it starting to pay off. But Dijon Lee has been playing great, and we've seen true freshmen come into Kane Womack's defense, right, under Coach Mo, come in and really thrive. Xavier Brown was one of those guys last year. Jalen Mbakwe was one of those guys last year. Zay Mincy made a big play to close the game out. He's a sophomore this year. A lot of these guys are starting to turn a curve. I want to see what an experienced Cam Calhoun, a veteran presence like his, gives us instead of Deshaun Jones. Deshaun Jones last year had some good plays, but majority of his snaps weren't positive. They weren't positive. So I'm looking at it and I'm just saying, if we get into a game where we're seeing like a Tennessee game where we're seeing four wides, we're seeing those spread formations, give him an opportunity. Give him an opportunity. I don't care if he's on the you want man lock, you want your safeties to be able to run support, get your best cover corners out there. And Deshaun Jones is not one of them. That's just my opinion. Cam Calhoun is it. I say Damani Jackson number 1, Calhoun number 2, Brown number 3, DJ number 4. I'll even go in and with the cornerbacks available in this room, I'll even go ahead and put Chuck McDonald. If Chuck McDonald was here in the spring, I don't think we would have had Cam Calhoun. Right? I think this staff really is excited about Chuck. Who else in that cornerback room? Red Morgan, right? Deshaun Jones is towards the bottom, and that's no disrespect. We're talking about like a B- type grade being at the bottom of this secondary rotation. When you got A caliber guys right there on the bench in Cam Calhoun. I think the only thing you're going to see from Cam probably struggling in is the zone, the cloud concepts. A lot of stuff get passed off in his defense and the space that you work in. You know, you see the linebackers get caught in the hook curl all the time, making a decisive decision of which to shade and guard. But what you do see is guys in the right spots this season. So I'm really hoping that we get to see 9 on the field, because if anybody deserves an opportunity in the secondary, I think it's him. Drake Kirkpatrick has gone out there and shown that he can be a formidable fit. Zay Mincy kind of got replaced by Drake, right? We knew that battle was coming into the season. We knew what that was looking like. Sab Hubbard, solid rotation. You got young Taylorson behind them. Still got Cam Howard on that bench. When you talk about the defensive backs available in this room, though, we got to see some Cam. Got to see some Cam, and I ain't just talk about on special teams. And then also on the wide receiver side, Rico Scott is becoming a man right before our eyes. Blocking, receiving. I think you can get you can cut back on some of them Ryan Williams snaps for what we got from Latsier Brooks and Rico Scott this past week. I think you can conserve and preserve, not conserve, but preserve Ryan Williams, not because of his drops or anything, but just to keep him healthy, keep him fresh. So in the LSU game, a night LSU game, you're confident that if Ryan Williams is struggling, Latsier Brooks and Rico Scott have enough snaps under their belt. Right? Isaiah Horton starting to really get settled in. Have y'all noticed how aggressive he is with snatching the ball out the air with his hands? Snatching the ball out the air with his hands. That's what I love about that Isaiah Horton at receiver. What's up, Jennifer? Good to see you. Roll Tide. Roll Tide. Good to see you over there on Twitch. Xavier is solid. I agree. ZB is solid. They have already cut back on his snaps. Yeah, man. And that's what we need. That's what we need. All right, phone lines open 334 625 11. Wait. Yeah, 334 625 1121, man. 334 625 1121. We got time for one more call before we get off this show, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in again, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have been very supportive today on this show, man. Let me see how many likes we at right now. We have 45 likes. We need 5 more likes to hit 50. If we hit 50 likes on the stream, that'd be crazy, y'all. If we hit 50 likes on live, that'd be crazy. If you haven't hit that thumbs up button yet, please do. We got about, let me see how much time we got. Oh, we can't. We gotta do our fair weather fan report. possible hot take. Ryan Williams is wide receiver number 5. That's diabolical. I won't say that. I won't say it. I won't say that. He's definitely wide receiver number 3. Oh, it is 3. You said wide receiver number 3. That ain't a hot take over here. That ain't a hot take over here. Doug, I know you've been out of the loop, but that ain't a hot take over here. You know, I'm a receiver guy. And I said that coming. And when I just looked at what's available skill set wise, I felt like Ryan Williams would have to adapt to playing that slot. And I think this year, him playing that slot position, that's what helped Smitty. That's what helped Smitty's growth. Smitty just always was a receiver that used his hands, though. I see Ryan Williams growing, though. The game's slowing down for him, man. He getting to the 100 snaps. It matters. 100 snaps. It matters. It matters. You kind of test trial and error up until that point. Yeah, Big Frank B. Hey, Big Frank gonna fight for his right. Hey, Big Frank, like for Ryan Williams, like I was for Jalen Milroe. You can't say nothing remotely negative about Ryan Williams with Big Frank around. I like it, Big Frank. Keep it up, man. Keep it up. I'm for real, man. I'm for real. The young man is growing, though. He's growing. I'm proud of how he responded this game. You know, like I said, he's willing. He's willing to do the work, and that's what makes him so great. That makes him a great receiver, a great football player in my mind, in my eyes. All right, y'all. Let's get to this segment real quick. Let me go to Twitter and make sure I got the right. Oh yeah, here we go. That was part of the Fairweather fan segment. Let me see if I can pull up bookmarks. Oh man, did we talk about did we talk about our Fairweather our resident Fairweather ambassador that we've identified? Hold on, chat. I can't even follow him. I want to follow him to troll him. All right, let's go to it. Let's get to the Fairweather fan report here on the Coach Smook Network. Let me get my mind right. I got to do this one right, chat. I got to do this one right. Let's do it, chat. All right, AAA family. We have been brought here for a moment, man, and I just want to check in on my favorite Fairweather fan. He claims to be an Alabama fan, but I don't know. Let me go back. I can't even go back because he's smart now. He's doing what people who really don't know what they be talking about doing. All right, Fairweather fandom right here. Marcos P83. Welcome to the Fairweather Fan Club. This is when you know you're dealing with somebody who really doesn't know what they're talking about at all, right? This is the type of stuff they have on their socials, right? And this is why I don't get in typing debates anymore. You got people with profiles like this, no profile picture, right? No, you can't really put a face to the name. You can't stand on business. If you're here, I probably said something that hurt your feelings. No, you said something stupid. That's why I'm here. Check this out though. Marcos P says, oh, let me go to the post. Let me just go to the whole thread. Y'all know I like doing this. All right, Auntie Rita, you are now officially Fairweather because your emotions get too involved in this. And anybody that supports her, and I'm assuming that most of the people that commented in support of this statement are Fairweather. That's a harsh and a direct assumption and a claim to be making, right? But that's who I am. I do that, Coach Smook. But I look at this. She said, poor Ty, man, was laid flat 4 times by Vandy and pressured all night while the strongest dude in Bama history, Jaden broke Bama's all-time weightlifting record, is on the sideline wishing he could help. Then QB1 had to act like that was his fault. Act like it. Wasn't no acting. 3 of those sacks were definitely on Ty Simpson, and I got the clips. I got 2 of the 4 clips. And then they showed. I said Def wasn't a right guard or O-line issue, but keeping your feelings. Y'all know me. This guy Marcos P definitely was a right guard issue all night. Their nose tackle had 2 sacks. Neither one of those sacks came from up the middle. They were all outside the tackle box. Anytime you're going down outside the tackle box, to me, that means you're either on play action rolling out or you have an opportunity. You try to escape and have an opportunity to throw the ball away, gain yards with your legs. Those are generally the instances. She said, I got something to argue. I said, nah, I ain't got nothing to argue about. He said, yeah, he must be trolling, or he needs to go back and rewatch the right guard play all game. They were getting beat all game. I just had to search Jaden Roberts' name. You don't know nothing about the team. You don't know about football, clearly. Let's go to these clips that they talk about. I want to show you the plays where Ty Simpson either left the pocket, and this is just a few, where Ty Simpson either left the pocket, or was forced out of the pocket, and what those plays look like. Let me get to my. All right, example number 1. Here we go, chat. I want y'all to check out this pocket right here. This is a play, and this was on 1st and 10, right? This is on 1st and 10. Look at this pocket. This is moments before Ty decides to leave the pocket. He's not being forced out the pocket right here. I see Geno Vandermark right now. They just passed off. Parker Brailsford just passed off this tackle over here to handle his one-on-one. Geno has slid over to help Wilkin in this one-on-one here, right? And even though Geno is off balance, if Ty gets pressure from that side, right, because of the leverage that we see right now between Geno and Wilkin still can rebound and flush that through, like flush it across Ty's face, and he still be protected. But if he somehow gets thrown out the way here because he's unbalanced, Geno does, Ty's still in good position to make a positive play. Let's see what happens on this play right here. That was the pocket he broke out of. And I didn't even pay attention to who actually got the pressure. 15 gets the pressure on him. But that's the pocket he evaded, chat. That's the pocket he evaded. You can even see here. There is no pressure here. You see him. Stand up. Your 2 offensive linemen are there. But then look what you do. You run into him. I see protection. I don't see not one offensive lineman giving up on their block. I just didn't see it. That's example 1-1. And we can break down the film and run it back on tomorrow if we need to. But that's just example number 1. Let's go to number 2, chat. I gotta get to these. Oh, where my other examples at? Hold on, let me see. Example number 2. You had a 5-man pressure. 6-man pass pro, right? Your right side. This is Geno Vandermark and Wilkin Formby once again handling one of their best pass rushers, right? All of this space right here is because you got good pass pro. You have your 3 offensive linemen up front. They're not necessarily occupied. You got one holding up in your left tackle. And Caden Proctor. You got Cam Dewberry and Parker Brailsford on the interior holding it down there. You had Riley come up and get the edge because Proctor had to take the guy that was coming up his gap. This is the pocket he scrambled out of. Now he scrambled out this pocket, and he gets a first down on this play because of great protection. We're talking about impact plays, right? I don't see him under pressure here. This is not pressure. This is them creating a lane for him to create a play. He's protected right here. This is protection. All right, let's continue to scroll. Here we go. This is the sack. I don't get where running for my life is right here, chat. Somebody make it make sense. Where are we running for our life at? You got to play action pass. Let's watch the flow of this. Can I slow this down? Playback speed, I can. Let's slow it down. Let's watch the play call. And I want to see where the left guard or the right guard was the issue here. I see Gino pulling to show play action run, right? We fake the handoff. Your wide receiver, even in pass pro, right? Even in the play, chips his guy, buys Ty some time. He continues to create depth. You got somebody bearing down on you. He's going to over pursue. You got him here. Step up. Same thing you did early. You shake it. Your dump off is there. If you want Bernard, it's a guy behind him. You can't. So why are you not throwing this ball away right here? You had the time. The play is dead. That's just and this is the accountability Ty was talking about. I have to get rid of the ball. That was the last sack of the game. Where's example number 3? I didn't get number 3 up here. Let me see. I want to see number 3. Number 3 was the good one. Let me see. Where's number 3? That's number 2. I didn't put number 3 up here. I must have drafted it. But yeah, dang, I didn't get it. But those were just a few examples. So I'm trying to see, chat, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. Where is the issue with the O-line? Why is there argument? I tell you, there isn't one. There isn't one. Simple as that. There isn't one. The O-line has been the most consistent group. They had a few bad plays against Florida State. They grew from it. They've been the most consistent group as far as growing and building off of positives and turning over good productive play on the whole team. We're talking about outside of Ty Simpson, they're probably the most improved group or the most consistent group outside of Ty Simpson. So I just want to say that. 2 TikTok comments. Jacob22 says Bama now is not the Bama week 1. It wasn't a question about talent, but chemistry. Eric King says number 7, Deshaun Jones can't cover on the game or real life. He ain't lying. Y'all ever notice 7 never plays for me in the game? O-line is our strength, and that's you got to think, right? That's with rotating 7 to 8 a game. The sack that Ty took, run back clearly let his block run by on purpose to swing out, and he was wide open. Ty just stepped up into the rusher and didn't find the running back in the flat. I don't know about this right here. You're talking about the play the last play we just watched where he took the sack and should just threw the ball away. Nobody was open on that. Jeremy Bernard tried to chip him. You can't throw that in the flats. You're going to risk losing a fumble. You just throw that away. Nobody was open. Vanderbilt played good defense. Jay Penny. You don't force that. You throw that ball away. He's sitting there. He's chopping his feet. After he dodges, he's chopping his feet. Throw it away. Nobody. Oh, he a minute behind. Okay. All right, so and then the one at the beginning of the game when Singh got the first sack, there was an interior pressure. He got a good jump off, right? There was no escape. Ty ate that one. It wasn't a crazy hit on him. He got slung down, right? You get up the next play, you get a first down. 1 sack. Average last year, pressures on QB, the highest pressure rate. Jalen Miro had the ball a lot last year, but some of them sacks were lack of protection. O-line is not the issue. Right guard is not the issue. So that's my fair weather fan report. Auntie Rita, Marco P, Slender Rick, y'all need to stop. Get y'all emotions out the game. You talking about watching the film. You are some of the same fans that were calling for coaches to get hired. Ryan Grubb to get fired. all of these coaches, Kalen DeBoer to change up this, yell at the players, all this other stuff. And he's been doing it the same way he's been doing it, doing what he got to do to help the team win. And y'all Fairweather fans continue just keep on switching. Keep switching. If it's good, you hype. You're good. Everything good. If it's bad, you ready to get rid of everybody. And even I'm surprised that at the level 4 Fairweather fans, that even when we have a game where we have 100 plus yards rushing, almost 150 yards rushing, and almost 400 yards passing, right? We still complaining about what? That's my Fairweather fan report. Listen, don't get caught being a Fairweather fan out here in these streets, chat. Do not get caught being a Fairweather fan. We'll go back into the phone lines right now, checking in on the Coach Smook Network.
You talking about Jalen Milroe and the Pips?
The perfect weak side linebacker, right? Put him next to the mic.
I'm not going to take up a lot of time, but I want to say that I'm excited about what.
Okay, forgive me, my brother. What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just still sorry for all the other content creators now that we have this mega star back in our presence.
All right, y'all. Welcome back in for the closeout calling segment, man. We just added this back. We got a phone call on the line right now already. 512, you're in the game with Coach Smook. Talk to me. Who is it?
Swag. You know who it is.
What's up, Swag? Good to hear your voice, man. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. I tell you what, I was wrong about Saturday, boy.
You said you was drunk, man?
I know I was wrong.
Oh, you was wrong. You was wrong. What did you say?
Well, first of all, I said that Alabama would control from start to finish. Vandy got off to a good start in that game, and then we locked in. But I was wrong about Texas, Florida. I thought Texas would have enough to win that game, and Florida just went in there and put belt to ass on them.
Yep.
Man, I thought I was also wrong about Mississippi State's offense. I thought they played much better than they did against A&M. So I don't know.
Man, listen.
This is why I don't get paid millions of dollars to coach football.
Listen, man, but this is why they do. You know what I'm saying? Because
right,
is that day and age, man. You get paid enough to pay enough attention to it, you will win on any given Saturday, or you will lose on any given Saturday. That's what it all boils down to, man. Comment reactions, man. You called in during the comment reaction section. So on this phone call, I'm gonna read off some comments, and I want you to give me your thoughts on it.
All right.
Here we go. Jay Penny came in with an interesting one. He said, what are your thoughts on can we win a boat race based on our second half offense this season?
I think so, because I think that I think both last two games late in the second half when we had to score, because traditionally this season Bama's been a long drive, put drives together and take time off the clock and score, kind of break you down kind of game plan. But he's shown that if we absolutely have to have it, we can go score.
Yeah.
And we can score quick if we absolutely have to. So, I think if I don't think we've had to play in one of those games yet where we just have to score every time we get the ball. But I feel like if we did play in that, I think we're going to be okay. So I think he's shown we can score if we absolutely have to.
Facts. And this is what I say about fans overreacting. I look at this game, the second half offense. You're talking about against Georgia, one of your top 10 defenses, statistically right now in the country. They held us scoreless in the second half, but they only were able to turn over 7 points, and we had a lead from the start of that game to the finish. So I don't understand why you go and press with your offense and your defense is playing good. You're extending drives. You're talking about 11-minute drive, a 14-play drive, a 9-minute drive in the second half. Like, this Alabama team is efficient on offense. I don't understand why people are talking about, the worry about scoring. Like you said, we can score at any point. You look at the Vanderbilt game. We were in scoring position multiple times. Did we have to be aggressive, or do you chance being aggressive in those moments? Nah. For what?
Yeah.
Risking a turnover for what? And we got an easy field goal. I don't want to get in a situation where I get aggressive and go for it on 4th and 2 because we're 6 yards away from the goal line and scoring, and then I miss it, and now I've hurt the confidence in my kicker, who's good, who could have made that from the 6 yard line. Now I've hurt the confidence in my my old line, because if I don't call a running play to get 2 yards, oh, you don't trust us to get the run, or if it's not a play call, that you risk all of that when you try to be too aggressive in games like we had yesterday. You're at home, you got the momentum, offense is flowing. One mishap and you miss an opportunity to score, but then you rebound and you go back and do what you did. I think we good, man. I do think if we were to get in the shootout, say for instance LSU, it gets uncharacteristic. I think we're just fine with the way this offense is able to score. We have 6 scoring drives this season that are less than a minute already.
Yeah. I mean, one thing I will say, I would like to see Ryan Grubb. I feel like sometimes Ryan Grubb tries to get too cute with it sometimes.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I just want to see. I think they play better when they just line up and play football, and not. I feel like a lot of times, like that cat play with Jeremy Bernard. At the end of the day, I feel like if he cut that back to the inside, the play is there. But I feel like it's not necessary to call that play there, especially with the way your quarterback's been playing the last.
Why not? Why not though? Why not give the defense something else to worry about? Whether it was working or not, you're not in a situation where every play needs to be explosive or quote unquote has to work. You have to set things up schematically. That reverse play is setting up option 2, option 3. That's just option 1. And I told somebody that in the stands, I was like, so what if we get in a situation where we're in 3rd and 2, right? And that reverse play, we get in the same formation and we've already ran that reverse. We've dumped it off to Jeremy Bernard twice. He's got the option to run, pass, whatever, right? What if we hit him with a Georgia type thing, where Ty Simpson fakes that reverse off that motion, and because they've seen it twice now, or film showed us 4 or 5 times in the last 3 weeks running that same play that way, I guarantee you Missouri's going to key on that, just like Georgia got us. Missouri's going to key on that, and we'll be able to counter off of it. That's why you do that. And it's not getting cute. That's what we saw them have explosive plays off of it. I find it funny, and not you, Swag, the fan base that complained during that moment. I find it funny when that play works. Oh, he's in his bag. He's in his bag. But when the defense does what they're supposed to do, another quality team, 23, 24-year-olds all across that defense with a lot of experience, a lot of veteran presence, they see their keys and they flow to it and they make a play. Oh, that's stupid play calling. That's too cute. Nah, keep them guessing. You 1st and 10 and you want to run a reverse pass look, by all means, we in the plus, by all means, run it. You lose 4 yards, let's go back and get let's get that average of 7.8 yards per play that we were grabbing before that bad play.
I guess I just don't get it. To me, I just feel like in that moment, and I'm talking about the Wildcat play with Jeremy Bernard. I just feel like you take the ball out of Ty Simpson's hands right there for what, and I think that was a 3rd down on that play. We ended up kicking a field goal after that. I just feel like you don't take the ball out of Ty's hands with as good as he's been playing right there. I feel like you have a better chance letting Ty, take what the defense will give him.
Heck yeah. I mean,
That's
in
just
certain
me,
situations,
but
man, in certain situations, if that game is 14-14 at that moment, I don't think you see that play call. That's just me. I don't think you see that play call. And plus, factor in this too. This is where I talk about game management. So and this coaching thing, man, I learned so much year 2 of coaching because I was so close to our offensive coordinator. And what happened is I'm like, man, it's 37. Let's pass the ball. Score is 18-12. Let's go ahead and get this 3rd down. 4 minutes left in the third quarter. How do we adjust from this? He was like, nah, I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna get in this formation, but I'm gonna run it because what if we get in a situation we down by 3? We want to score. We want to have an option to go and score. I want to see how they're going to play off of this action here for the 4th quarter. We got a chance for our defense to go out there and defend the ball or whatever another drive. If we're playing schematics, time of possession, you're factoring all these things in your play calling.
Hold on, Hines. Sorry, I gotta take this phone call.
For sure, man. We'll catch up
I'm at
later.
my desk. All right, buddy.
All right, man. Roll Tide. Hey, look, gonna tell me to hold on. You call my show, man. Let me stop. Appreciate Swag for calling in, man. Hey, so final closeout talk sessions, man. We gonna try to hit one comment and then get another person on the line if you all want to call in. Roletter says, I just think we at the point where our run game couldn't be stopped. We showed it the last 8-minute drive. It could have been established way before that 8-minute drive. No need to, right? When you have effective gameplay, listen, we had an 8-minute drive to close the game, but go look at how the drives went throughout the whole game. Go look at how the drives went throughout the whole game. I think the average time of possession was 6 minutes and some change. Average time of possession was 6 minutes and some change. Let me go look at that again. Average time of possession, 5 minutes and 14 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nine possessions. 9 possessions to produce 30 points. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. All plays. All right, chat. So, yeah, interception. 9 possessions. You scored on 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of 9 possessions you scored on. I don't have a problem with the offensive play caller right now. 6 of 9 on score on possessions. However, if Bernard was patient and waited for that wall to solidify and stay inside, he probably 100%. He did overrun it. Frank White said, we did get away from the run for a stint, got behind the sticks on early downs, a few drives overall. I can't. No, Frank, what game were y'all watching? When did we get away from the run? You're talking about, listen, chat, there's no way we got away from the run. But I'm just talking about the play calling, chat. Like, you had 38 rushing attempts. Three of those were scrambles by time, but design run games, you had 35 attempts. And we only dropped back to pass it. We only passed the ball 31 times. So where did we get away from the run game at? It's literally virtually 50-50 in play calling. Where did we get away from the run game at? Stop listening to these other channels, man. Stop. They say crazy stuff in their emotions. When stuff doesn't work, doesn't mean we got away from something. Golly, you can call 2 pass plays back to back and then go run. That don't mean you got away from the run game. You can go out there for 3 plays in a row and call the pass. You're not getting away from the run. Getting away from the run means your offensive production, your rushing production falls below your average. If we're averaging 24 attempts a game or 28 attempts a game and we got 33, 36 this game, how did we get away from the run game? I don't get it. Very balanced. Ain't no pretty balanced. Very balanced. He said, yeah, we were pretty balanced. Very balanced. Well, yeah, we got 6 of 9. Should have been 7 of 9, but our kicker has the yips. Yeah, that's a given. We got 614. Is that Caden calling again? What you want, Caden? Let's see what Caden want. Y'all last phone call.
Call from
Hey, the Diesel Freak from Madison County, Ohio.
to accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
What's up, Caden?
Hey, did you just text me from that 334 number that you just texted me from?
You probably got the automated message for the phone line. I got queued up messages in here. That was a long time ago, buddy.
Oh, okay, my bad. I was like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah, man. Look, get off my phone, man. Get off my phone, Kaden. Roll Tide. Look, this man, Kaden funny as hell, man. I'm telling y'all, Kaden funny, bro. He funny, man. I watched the same game you did. No, you didn't. Not if you said that. Not if you said we got away from the run. You didn't watch the same game I watched. You didn't watch the same game I watched. Florida State, we got away from the run. Florida State, we got away from the run. We literally came out the all right, scoring drives. I got scoring drives. What was the first scoring drive? Let's see. We had a 5-yard rush by Kevin Riley after their first interception drive. Got called back. Had a pass by Ty Simpson completed. 22-yard by Jam Miller. That got that scored. 10-yard pass. And you got the interception. All right, let's go to this drive. Hold on, what the other drive right here? That was the interception drive. All right. Missed field goal right there. Connor Talty missed the field goal. All right, next drive. First drive of the second quarter. Jam Miller ran for 14 yards. Jam Miller ran for 4 yards. Jam Miller ran for 12 yards. Kevin Riley. Oh, no, wait. That was the end of the second quarter. Ty Simpson, 3-yard run. 18-yard pass. 3-yard run. Touchdown pass. That's on the scoring drive. The next drive, we come out. It's going backwards. Let's go to this next scoring drive right here. That's Vandy. Let's go to Alabama's next touchdown drive right here. 13-yard pass, 10-yard pass, 17-yard pass, sack, a run. This was the 2-minute drive. 2-minute drive right here to close out the second quarter. 5 passes in a row. Touchdown. 27. Did you get away from the run game in a 2-minute? I mean, ain't that what you're supposed to do? Field goal. 5-yard run, a third play of the down, a third play of the drive, a 0-yard run, 4th play, 5th-yard play, negative 3-yard run that's the Jeremy Bernard play, the kick and field goal. We made that one. Another field goal on that drive. The next drive, I got to read it out because you said something and it triggered something. 1-yard run by Ty Simpson. 13-yard run by Ty Simpson in that drive. Another field goal. Right? And then the last play, the last drive, I mean, I don't know, man. Ryan Grubb's screen game is sinister, y'all. It is diabolical. It is crazy. Was a balanced game. 24-hour rule. Vandy game is over. I'm wondering about complacency and if mental toughness is going to carry on the road to Mizzou. Will be consistent. We'll talk about that tomorrow. I like to do a full day digest. My 24-hour rule is Monday. I get to go back and look at all the stats and everything. And then Tuesday, when they're prepping, when they start their first week of practice, their first day of practice for the week, that's when I start talking about the game for next week. We're starting Missouri talk tomorrow. Yeah, let them know, Mike Jones. Let Mike Jones know. Beautiful route, beautiful throw, beautiful catch, beautiful TD. It really is an extension of the run game. Honestly, I've been telling y'all that we don't necessarily have to hand the ball off to be effective in running the ball. All right, chat. So we're here and we're about to end this show, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. It's been a great vibe today. It's been a great vibe. Y'all already know, man. I come in, I try to tell the truth. Hopefully the conversations about the rotation and all that stuff really resonate with the fan base, y'all. Shout out to y'all for the 54 likes on the stream, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. Shout out to every super chat that came in today, man. We're talking about the member recognition for Sully being a member for 10 months. AAA, stand up. Big homie coming in with a $4.99 super chat. Sully came in with a $4.99 super chat. And then Urban Essence came in with a $10 super chat. And then my boy Tonio renewed his membership, man. Now remember, you can donate to the Coach Smook Network multiple ways. Super chatting is the way to do it through YouTube. But if you want to donate directly, our Cash App QR code is right up here. You can scan that right now if you're watching on TV or watching on somebody else's phone, pull it out, support, man. It was definitely utilized this weekend. We was able to contribute to the people that housed myself and Zach. And then we also were able to contribute to where we were, man. It was very good. So I appreciate you all. And then if you want to donate through PayPal, that PayPal QR code is up there right now. This is the second one. I'm gonna make sure I put 2. All right, that's the second one, so I could make sure I get the screenshot posted. And then who's calling my phone? Nobody important. All right, so and then also don't forget to check out the merch, man. Our merch right here. Check the merch out right here. The Coach Smook Network merch. Hit that QR code. Or with all of these, you can type in the chat ! If you want to merch !MERCH. You want to donate through PayPal. You want that link? !PayPal, !Cash App. And then if you want to get in the Discord, y'all get in the Discord. I saw some activity in it this weekend. Of course, I was just in a bad spot with bad service. But this weekend for the Missouri game, we'll be watching it from the headquarters. We'll be reacting, live game, watch party, all that stuff. Y'all know how we do. So be ready for that. And then last but not least, y'all, if you are not a member of the AAA family, man, you need to go ahead and do it. Shout out to my brother, Big Homie, for being a member for 16 months. You're almost at 2 years, my boy. 2 years. We've been having the Coach Smook Network. We coming up on it in May. It'll be 2 years, chat. So, Laugh Out Loud, Jake, thanks for telling me I'm behind. Didn't realize. Kyle, you late, boy. He told you that an hour ago. But y'all, I appreciate y'all for your support. TikTok, I thank y'all for tapping the screen. What's up, Patriots fan? What's up, Kelton? Good to see y'all over there. Man, appreciate y'all for showing some crazy love today. Twitter, Twitch, Kick, Facebook. Thank y'all for tapping in. Rico, appreciate the like on Facebook. And everybody, man, appreciate y'all for showing love. And y'all know what it is, man. We give God all the glory and all the honor and the praise for just blessing us the way he has these past few months. You know, he's always been blessing us. Oh, the Cardinals outside. Oh my God, they so pretty. It's a whole family of them, chat. I knew I heard them, man. Oh, y'all, there's so many birds in the backyard. All the acorns and stuff are falling off the trees, and the season, the fall season is here. So many squirrels. I'm surprised Diamond ain't up at this door, man. Diamond, it's like 6 squirrels in the backyard right now. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me get off of here. Roll Tide, y'all. Y'all have a blessed day. And remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me and say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. Roll Tide, roll. Catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be blessed.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.